Today we're going to look at systems of equations. So from our benchmark, that was number 4, 19, 26, and 30. So we are going to look at some notes for systems. First thing I want y'all to do real quick is fix this example. My example was a bad one. So change that negative 2y to a negative 3y. We're going to review systems of equations and how to solve them with the matrix. So solve a systems of equation using matrix and the TI-84 plus. So a matrix is whenever you do the little brackets like this, and you have numbers in the entries like rows and columns, and we simplify it using the RREF. When we do, the reason we would do this is if we have a system of equations written in standard form. That's your standard form. If they're written in y equals form, you can just graph them and find where they intersect. But if at least one of them is in standard form, I would do the matrix method. So step 1, write your equation in standard form. Step 2, write the coefficients of the equations in matrix form. So you put it in the same order, AX, BY, C. So you don't put the X or Y, you just put numbers. So I would put A, B, and C. And then do the second equation, whatever that is, A, B, and C. So you'd write your matrix down first, and then you would go to the calculator. So let's remember the steps. So it says press second, x to the negative 1. It also has a little matrix on top of that in blue. So look at it second. I'm going to clear out my memory real quick. Second matrix. You want to go over to math and go to RREF. Push enter. What this says is it reduces your matrix and gives you the values for X and Y. Then second, or number 4, it says press alpha zoom. And you want it to be a 2 by 3 matrix. So change that to say 2 rows, 3 columns. And then you select OK, push enter. And this is where you'll put your entries for your matrix. Make sure it's in that same form, AX, BY equals C. And what comes out is your solution. So let's look at how our solution will be written. It'll be written like this. Write this down. So the top number is going to represent X, and the bottom number represents Y. Okay, clear your calculator before we go to our example. Says, what is the Y value? Circle the word Y. Value to the solution of system of equations. So the reason we use matrix is because we have 2 equations. We're trying to find out where they intersect, but we only want the Y value. So we want them in standard form. The first one already is. So this is going to be 6, negative 3, negative 4 inside the matrix. The second equation is not written in standard form, It's written in y equals form. But all we need to do is move the x to the other side. So I'm going to draw my line down my equal sign. Anytime you move it across that line, you have to change the sign. That means it's negative 3x because we want x to go first. Y is positive, so I put plus y equals 2. So once you have it in standard form, you can fill it out in the matrix. If there's nothing in front of y, that's a 1. And we're going to do the RREF first. So follow the steps, starting with number 3. Alpha, zoom, 2 by 3. Put your numbers in. Don't push enter, you have to arrow over to the next entry. Press enter and go ahead and write your output matrix. So that's the top one is negative 0.6 repeating. So I just put the repeating sign. The top one represents X. The bottom one represents Y. And what are they asking for? So our answer is just 0. Okay, go ahead and glue that in. For this one, it's just wanting to know what the equation is. So what you could do is find out what is the solution to the system. Negative 5, negative 5. And so if we have our calculator, we can just graph these separately, like the pair, and see which ones intersect in quadrant. What is this? 1, 2, 3. Yep. Put into y equals. Yep. Look at number 3. A customer paid a total of $6 for 68 copies at a print shop. Some of the copies were black and white, the rest were color. Each black and white cost 8 cents. Each color copy cost 15. Which system of equations can be used to find B, the number of black and white copies, and C, the number of color copies? So what I would look for is the variable. What does the variable represent? So like B represents black and white. So I put B with 8 cents. Then it says C is number of color copies. So put C with 15 cents. And then you can go ahead and narrow down your choices. So you'd want 8 cents with B. So 8 cents with B, 15 cents with C. 15 cents B, no. 15 cents B. So now we're just left with A and D. So, yeah, what's 68? Copies. What is $6? Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to keep all the money together. Yep. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go over number 4. A customer at a store paid $64 for 3 large candles and 4 small. That is something that you can make an equation out of. The second customer paid $4 more than the first. So if the first customer paid 64, the other one paid 68 for 1 large and 8 small. Okay. All the prices stay the same. Each large candle is X. Each small candle is Y. So that means we're going to do 3X. So attach large to X and small to Y. And then that helps you write the equation. So the first equation would be 3X or Y. And then 1x plus 8y equals 68. Exactly. So you would just need to look at your answer choices. Yep, Tris. Okay, let's look at number 5 now. What is the value of y in the solution to this system? So remember, we need them to be in standard form. I want y'all to practice this way. So let's look at the first one. I need it to be x first and then y. This one is reversed. But the thing is, I don't have to move it across the equal sign. So if I don't move it across the equal sign and I just put x first and y second, I don't have to change any signs. So see how I just rearranged it?
Oh, you flipped it.
Yeah, I just flipped it.
That's good.
Yeah. No, no. The next one, I needed to have x and y on the same side. I draw my line down my equal sign. I have to move the negative 2y to the other side. So I'm going to add 2y. And make sure you put x first because remember it's supposed to be ax, by, c. So it's going to be x plus 2y equals 9. So now that they're both in standard form, we can do our matrix. And you are going to only do the y. So I want you to finish the rest of this calculus now.